I got to just say, so this is a documentary.
It's based on a documentary, yeah.
Originally, and talk about the documentary and the story behind that.
In 1995, this filmmaker S.R. Bindler shot a competition in rural Texas, East Texas, in which contestants were invited to come to a Nissan dealership, place their hands on a new hard-body truck, and whoever could stand astride the truck the longest without taking their hand off actually won it and drove it off the lot. So he shot this in 95, and it was released in 97.
So can I ask you, what pharmaceuticals were you on when you said, you know, this is a great idea for a musical?
Well,
where exactly did the lightning strike you, and when did you come up with this idea? It's amazing.
I have to say, like, they're quirky ideas for musicals. A Homicidal Barber in 19th century England is Sweeney Todd, and Gang Wars, West Side Story, and Amanda.
This is just pure deflection. Now you tell us, where did you get the idea?
Well, Amanda and I both felt that these characters had a lot to sing about, and together they composed some remarkable songs to give them voice.
Yeah, no, I mean, they just, their needs were great. Nobody's around the truck for sport. It goes on for, I think the original contest was 87 hours.
Wow.
It's a cross-section of race, religion, color, age, you know, from a 20-year-old to a 70-year-old, and everybody needs that truck. And it's, and it's such a, you know, it's a metaphor for the American dream and survival of the fittest. And it's sort of an absurd, it starts out absurd because you're like, what's the sport? You go like this. But, you know, 60 hours into it, you just desperately want everyone to win that truck.
Right. So I was asking how you came up with this idea. I've got to ask, you're like straight out of Broadway. You know, you're not straight out of Broadway. How did this happen? How did you guys come together?
We met through a mutual friend and started writing songs. Just songs.
Oh, really?
We actually lived 3 blocks away from each other.
Oh, okay.
So
well, that'll do it.
And we were having a great time writing songs, and Amanda asked me to join the team, the hard body team, and so off we went.
What's it been like?
It's been thrilling.
I mean, the difference, especially from being in a band to now doing this.
Very different. It's well, it's been a roller coaster ride. You know, it's a gigantic team of people working together, and you work 6 days a week, all day long. It's thrilling.
It's a lot different from, hey, dude, listen, why don't we go here?
Well, it's also just, I mean, well, you know, as people know, Phish is a, you know, an iconic, epic jam band. You know, you guys are famous for the epic, almost endless, improvisational, loose, shaggy, baggy kind of music. You know, musical theater.
Well, actually, where the music takes itself.
Yes.
One look here, like, let's go this way, and you guys go off in another direction.
And musical theater is not improvisational, right? No. It's very tight and disciplined, and everything has to move the story forward, right? So how did you find that transition from going from mega loose and improvisational to really tight and focused all the time?
Well, I anticipated that. I'm a big musical theater fan. I've always gone to the theater my whole life. And so I was, you know, this is a bit of a boyhood dream to work on a show. So I was ready for that. Maybe not to the degree that it's very, very specific. If someone takes a step to the left, the music has to reflect that.
Wow.
So.
Was it hard explaining it to him, or did he?
Not at all. No.
I mean, that's how you're supposed to answer. I guess I have to ask you off camera. But he was a quick study. Like,
he was a quick study. We were off and running from the first day. We tackled the opening number, which is, if you write musicals, you know that's the most difficult number. Trey's like, let's do it, and he was off to the races, and just coming up with music and all these different voices, and I was running after him trying to write lyrics, and we had some of the, you know, he'd come up with a beautiful lick, and I'd say, like, yeah, but the actors are standing there, so you can't, no lick, no time for the lick. And he was like, right, okay. And but Trey is an entertainer as well, and very disciplined for a loose jam band. So he
we're speaking down, like as if we're speaking down to this musical form. Jazz also sort of goes in different directions.
And jazz, you know,
has many rules.
If you ever saw Gypsy, or you know, when jazz was the great American art form, and you know, at the same time it was popular music and high art, and it made it to the musical theater stage, the Broadway stage.
Can I ask you what it was like the first time you were sitting in rehearsals, and the first time you heard what was in your head? produced in front of you, where, I mean, it's much different being on stage, playing, looking out, and sitting back there and looking at all of these people.
Well, the amazing thing is,
to life.
it's the singers, it's the actors, the voices. They sing so incredibly well, and you can write these giant 12 voice chords,
right?
And it comes back. It's tears streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I'm looking at the video here. I'm looking at that tie-dye T-shirt and thinking, well, maybe it's not such a strange marriage between fish and
So great reviews. You've got to be thrilled.
We've been very fortunate, and I have to say, with our team, Neil Pepe and Sergio Trujillo, our choreographer, it's kind of a dream production. I think all three of us, we text each other at all hours of the night, going, "We're living it. We're living it. This is our baby." So it's been exhilarating.
Hey, let's just do a real quick one on Fish, right? 30-year, you guys have been around 30 years, Fish.
Yes.
It's been a long time since the last Fish album. So when are we going to see some new Fish action?
We're starting an album now. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
There
you go.
Fish, all the Fish fans of the show will be rejoicing.
And we have tons of Fish fans watching this morning. Actually, it's night for them.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
And your mom, too. Thank you, Mom, for watching us.
I will.
I appreciate it. Your husband. The show, Hands on a Hard Body, opens tonight on Broadway. We got to go?
Oh, yeah.
We've got to go see this, really. Doug, thank you. Amanda, Trey, thanks so much. We really appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Good luck. I know you don't need it. This one's going to be great. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Judy said when she was 5 years old, you know my parents are gonna be the death of us all.
No one managing document costs,